I'll get this over here. Like he said, my name is Raymond, but don't worry, because I don't know your fucking name either, so it doesn't matter. Recently just turned 50. I know, thank you. In my 50 years, I did manage to collect 6 children, 4 DUIs, 3 wives, 2 ulcers, and I'm kind of waiting on that one big massive heart attack to like wrap that bow up all together. You know what I mean? Thank you. In case you didn't hear that statistic, yes, I do have 6 children. When you find something you're good at, you kind of stick with it. You know what I mean? Like really good at it. The other statistic is 3 wives. I'm on my 3rd wife in the life cycle. Now, ladies, you do know there is a wife cycle, right? This is a closely held secret by the men. Starts out with the starter wife, then you got the rebound wife, then you have the trophy wife, then you have the you'll do wife, and anything more than that, you're just being a greedy fucker. Alright? My first wife and I, we were married about 15 years, which is about average for the starter cycle. The big problem with her, we found out mainly was a religious issue. I was born and raised Catholic. Turns out that she was the devil. So that was one of the big problems. Now, guys, you know when you're getting to the end of the life cycle because you start seeing signs. And let me give you an example. If you wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is you look over at your wife to see if she's still breathing, that's probably a sign. All right? Now, my wife and I at the time kind of had the same similar thing. Every time when I go to bed, I would say my prayers. I would say, now I lay me down to sleep. Pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die, stop right fucking there. Because it's no longer a prayer, it's now a goal. Just to die in the sleep. Every morning I wake up and go, ah, shit. Ah, damn, she was still breathing too.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Now, ladies, don't get upset if you are the starter wife, because as the starter wife you have some responsibilities. You have to train this heathen known as man. Because up until now, before you came into the picture, all we knew was fast food, video games, and masturbation. Right? You guys got to teach us the big things. Like, what's a duvet? And why the fuck does it need covered? And the important parts. Apparently, you're supposed to wash the dishes before you put them in the dishwasher. Always thought it was a dishwasher. It's not. It's actually a dish rewasher, apparently, according to my starter wife. And the most important fact, dark clothes need to be washed differently than light clothes. You right? Guys went out and know how to get out and do laundry. Here's how you get out and do laundry. About my 2nd week of marriage, I took all my wife's cashmere sweaters, threw them in the washer, marinated those fuckers for about 20 minutes. When they came out, I'm like, honey, is this yours? Basically, I made about $1,500 worth of Barbie doll clothes. She came over on cue, grabbed it, and said, don't ever go near the dishwasher again. Or the laundry machine. So I said, that's okay. I'll be in the living room watching football if you need me. Then comes the second wife. The second wife is the rebound wife. Pretty much, this is the first woman that will have sex with you after the starter wife. That's how it usually happens. My starter wife and I were married 4 months. That's right, full 4 whole months. In that 4 months, she managed to find 2 other girlfriends and a boyfriend. And I know what you guys are thinking. Wish my wife had a girlfriend. No, you don't. Well, okay, the first 25 minutes was pretty cool, but after that, it was just 2 chicks I had to talk to. So, I'm done with that.
Pretty much the same.
Yeah. Then comes the 3rd wife, and I remember as I was doing this bit, I was sitting at home and I'm like, Kelly, are you coming to the show Sunday? She said, oh, you are? Good. So I'm here to say that the 3rd wife is the best wife, right?
Right.
In case she's watching. Actually, the 3rd wife is more like a business deal, I found out. By the time you get to your 3rd wife, you're in your mid-40s now, you get to sit with this woman and you have that wedding conversation, and they kind of line up like a business deal. You're like, okay, you like steak, I like steak. I'll do the lawn mowing, you do the laundry. You like lima beans? Okay, we'll come back to that one. Oh, Ed, right before I come, I want you to jam your thumb up my ass, and that point's non-negotiable. So, it's really good because you know what you like, right? wife doesn't get you, then the fourth wife, and that's pretty much, hey, I'm breathing, you're breathing, let's have the fourth wife. So from now on, guys, when you tell your woman or somebody how long you're married, just tell them, say, 3rd year, starter wife. You know, 4th year, starter wife. That way when that guy tells you, oh, 14th year, starter wife, you know that contract's coming to an end pretty soon. You're about to be a free agent, dude. All right, so where's all the badasses at? Nobody? Badasses? All right, badass. Glad to see the badasses in here. I'm envious. I always wanted to be a badass. I'm not a badass. I mean, you would think so, being 6'2" with all the tattoos, but I'm really not. Parts of me are badass. My brain, for instance, is straight up gangster, yo. It can talk some shit. But the rest of me just can't quite follow along behind it. And how do I know, you ask? Good question. I refer you to what I call the Snow White incident of '84. I was out at the club with some friends of mine, you know, we were dancing along, doing okay, and I was sweating like Mike Tyson at a spelling bee. So I thought, you know, I'll walk over to the bar and get something to drink. I got something to drink, and I bumped into this dude. Now, when you bump into somebody, normally you're like, hey, man, I'm sorry, right? Well, this guy happened to be a little bit shorter than me when I bumped into him. It was about this, well, actually, he was, you know, he was kind of short. Well, you know, okay, fuck it, he was a midget, all right? I bumped into this little midget dude. And he jumps back and he's all ballistic and he starts screaming, man, I'm not happy and now I gotta kick your ass. And badass, you can attest to this. When you hear something like that, what happens? Your mind goes into badass mode, doesn't it? I mean, you start seeing all kinds of Billy Jack pictures and you're like, you know, you're ready for it, man. But the rest of your body just can't quite keep up. My stomach was like telling my body, no. And my heart was trying to talk my way out of it. And then all of a sudden, before I realized it, I just, you know, well, okay, I kind of ripped this big fart. And my head thought he had an ally in this fight. He's like, see, look, even the asshole's talking shit. So he starts pointing out, before anybody else can say anything, he points out, oh, you're not happy, are you? Which one of the 7 dwarfs are you? Well, what happened next was slow motion, man. I saw this happen. This little Shetland pony jockey dude starts this punch way down here in Alabama. You know, and the first thing my brain says is, run! My legs are like, no, we're not going to look bad because you can't take an ass whooping. So this little dude, I mean, he clocks me square Big Jim and the Twins. You know? Have you ever been hit so hard that you shit yourself? And I don't mean like, yeah, I think you shit yourself. I mean like squirting out the top of your jeans in the middle of your shoulder blades, kind of shit yourself. Basically, this little dude hit me so hard, I shit my shirt. Alright? Yeah. Now my ass wants to talk. My ass is like, my bad, that was on me, you know. Now my legs are like, oh fuck. And the brain is still talking shit. He's like, stand up, you pussy, let's fight. And my legs are like, fuck it. And I fell to the ground. So here I am laying in the middle of this bar in a fetal position, rubbing Big Tim and the Twins, and I got shit halfway up my shirt. That was the day I realized that I am not the badass. Alright? And ladies, don't get in my way, because I will run your ass over. You know, I ain't proud. And you'll know it's me, because as I go on by, you're going to look at your friend and go, hey man, you shit your shirt? Thank you, that's my time. Oh, and what you missed, I got a new website today. If you guys go to biguglyfucker.com, alright? That's the new website, biguglyfucker.com.